Hi, my name is Austin Badgett, and I'm applying to be an RA for the freshman dorms over in Malibu. I'm right now in Florence, and I'm a sophomore, and yeah, let's get this thing rolling.
Why are you interested in being an RA? What do you expect to gain from the RA experience?
Um, can you repeat the first question?
Why are you interested in being an RA?
I want to be an RA because there's a few reasons. I think that personally, I think I'd be a pretty good RA because I'm pretty good with being with people and handling situations and being with people that are below me but are still my friends. And I want to be an RA because I had some really good RAs my freshman year, and I really want to just to follow in their footsteps and be able to just guide these new students coming in, give them a great experience, and not make them have a horrible RA experience like some other schools have. What was the second one?
What do you expect to gain from the RA experience?
I expect to be able to learn to deal with situations that are beyond what I've ever dealt with before, with students that are breaking the rules and having to sift through ones that are my friends and people, and having to figure out like, okay, if they're breaking the rules and they're my friends, I still have to follow the rules and punish them even though they are my friends. And I feel like from this experience I'll be able to become a better leader and a stronger Christian because I'll be able to guide and lead these students.
In your opinion, what is the role of the RA?
I think the RA is there to have like an air of just like safety, and just whenever you need someone to talk to, or like something's wrong in the house, like you're locked out of your room or you're having to fight with your roommate, like they're there to kind of just be the arbiter and just get in and not and like stop the trouble, and just to be there to guide these new students as they come into college life.
If you have lived in the halls, describe what you have learned from living there.
I've learned that no matter how much you like a person, if you live with them, you're going to find that you are going to rub against each other in wrong ways. And there's going to be disturbances, and you're going to get fights. And there's always, but you always seem to wind up still like liking each other, and things get better, and you forgive each other, and you learn a lot. And there's always people you don't like or people that you do like better, and that's just life. It's like a little microcosm to what life is when you go out into the real world.
From your college experience, what needs do you believe residents will most rely on you for?
What needs? I think that, like I said earlier, they're going to need me to help disturbances when you are dealing with roommate complications, when you're locked out of your room, when you're feeling low and you just need someone like a pick me up, like, hey, let's go, go to Baja Fresh or do something, go out to dinner, or if you need someone to talk to or someone to pray with. And I feel like that'll be something that I'll be able to be there for them.
How would you describe a personal relationship with Jesus? What does that look like for you?
I think personal relationship with Jesus Christ is a day-to-day thing. You get up and you already know, and like, okay, I'm alive, and you thank God that you're alive, and you get into His Word and you start off His day right. And maybe it's different for everyone else, but for me, I have to start off the day, or my day is just like, it just gets stressful. And I think that with Jesus Christ, you are constantly trying to emulate Him and be exactly like Him, and that's never going to happen because we're imperfect for people. And so you're trying to be kind and live out and just be an example of Christ in everything you do, and you're always striving to learn as much as you can about God and His Word, and you're always trying to be be Christ in the lives of everyone around you.
Describe how you will go out supporting spiritual growth in your residence.
How I will what?
Go out supporting spiritual growth in your residence.
I will myself just let them know that like I'm always there to pray with them, to have a small group. Like I would love to start a small group, just the guys in my dorm. Like even if it's not that small, because the whole dorm is there, but just to, if they need to have a start of like, okay, I want to read the Bible every day. Like what should I read? And like let them know, give them like a schedule, or just be there to I'll just stimulate like conversation, and I'll be just with what I do, and never be a hypocrite in what I do, and show that Christ lives in me, and He can also live in you, and He does for many of them.
How would you explain Pepperdine's community standard regarding alcohol to an incoming freshman, to a junior transfer?
Is that for the
It's for both.
for both? Can you repeat it?
How would you explain Pepperdine's community standard regarding alcohol to both an incoming freshman and a junior transfer?
I would explain that alcohol is forbidden. I think that Pepperdine is very strict on just like not having it on campus, and not like being drunk and all that, and like I think that alcohol can be very destructive, and especially when new students come in and like they have all this freedom and they want to break the rules. And I think that alcohol, when you want to explain it to an incoming freshman, like you're still just 18, and these rules aren't just made up and not just like a Christian thing. Like this is the law, and I mean drunkenness, in my opinion, is a sin, and I think that I would explain to them that like they need to just be really careful and not not break the law. I mean it's kind of
You walk into a room 5 minutes after 1 and find a suite mate in violation of the visitation policy. Anticipate your suite mate's reaction and talk about how you would respond. What are some important aspects to incorporate into your follow-up with your suite mate?
I think that he would be like, oh, it's just 5 minutes. I mean, come on, it's not that big of a deal. But I remember when I was a freshman, the RAs were like, even if it's just 1 minute, like we have to be strict on these things, like because if it's just 1 minute, it's 2 minutes, it's just 3 minutes, it's just 4 minutes, and it's just gonna get bigger and bigger. And it's like you have to draw the line, and the rules say that, and I'm gonna have to I have to cut it off. Like they have to be out by 1, and they can go down to the common room downstairs, and that's fine because they can stay there till like 2. So I think that he would be like, come on, it's not that big of a deal. But I'm gonna have to take the leadership role and take the responsibility to enforce the rules, and show that like these rules have meaning. They're not just there, not just guidelines. They're like they are enforced. I feel like I would have to really just put aside whatever, like if he was like a really good friend, I would have to just put aside that and just enforce the rules.